Say it. We are live. What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Just Too Sweet Show, episode number 37. I am Big Daddy Cool Tim Tabala. Right over here, that's the bad guy, Eric Zant, back in his usual tank top. Thank you, Eric. What's going on?
Hey. What can I
Down
say? Good
below,
to be here.
we got the return of Hollywood Dave. Dave, what's going on?
Nothing much. Good to be back.
And we got some interesting Undertaker stuff we've been teasing for a couple of weeks. We finally get to knock that out. And before we get to our tournament, which is going to be better than the WWE's tournament, I want to know if you guys happen to catch part 2 of Broken Skull Sessions with Taker. Did you get a chance to watch that one yet? Did you get a chance to watch it yet?
I didn't.
I did. I saw it that night.
So you know what? I'll pose it anyway. It's not really one of the stories that came out of there. We'll get into it right off the bat, which I thought was hysterical. I think I put it up on our chat also. Was the famous Shawn Michaels Stone Cold match at WrestleMania, where Shawn was rumored not to do business. He was in a real bad shape at that time. They weren't sure if he was going to show up whether he was going to lay down for Stone Cold, which is ironic considering what happened to him at Survivor Series with Bret Hart. But the rumor has always been that Undertaker threatened to beat the shit out of him if he didn't do business. And Shawn Michaels asked him at one time, "Is that true?" And he said, "No, it's not true. That's not true at all." Turns out it was extremely true. It was very true. And he told Stone Cold, he sat right by the curtain and said if Shawn Michaels didn't do the job for Stone Cold, when he walked through that curtain, he had his hands taped. He was basically going to beat the living shit out of Shawn Michaels, and some way or another, that belt was going to end up on Stone Cold that night. So right off the bat, Eric, I said you didn't get to watch it, but that's one of those rumors that's been around for a while. What do you think of that story?
That's pretty cool, and especially when it's true. Because didn't he do something similar to? He was waiting with taped fist at Montreal too, wasn't he?
No, Montreal, he was stomping through the hallways looking for answers. He kicked over a gas can or a garbage can or something, but he really didn't get to.
I thought he did.
I think he learned his lesson from Montreal.
Yeah, but he's another one that told. Yeah, he told Vince also, you got to go take. Everyone told Vince you got to take a shot. Basically, you better go. Yeah. You better go talk to Brett. If you don't talk to Brett, there's going to be a problem. So he went and talked to Brett and got his ass knocked out. But this time, imagine Undertaker sitting back behind that curtain. And you walk through that curtain, and he just punches you in your face. So, Dave, I know you said you saw it, and he was laughing. Austin was laughing. What did you think of the story?
Oh, it was great. Like you said, it's one of those things that you always heard about, but you didn't know was true. So, for him finally to address it, I thought was fantastic. And then what made it better is what you were referring to, where Shawn goes, "Hey, was that true?" And then he's like, No, it's not. And then he's like, at the time that he asked me, we were already cool. So what was I supposed to say? Like, yeah, no, Shawn, I was going to whoop your ass if you didn't, drop the title to Austin. So it was great. It was a fantastic story. And I actually enjoyed part 2 more than I did part 1.
Yeah, part 2 he was a little more looser, a little more fun. What's up, boss? Boss is here, guys. Be on your best behavior.
Hey. Hi, Steve.
Or not your best behavior, one or the other.
Thank you.
What were the other good stories that came out of that one, Dave, on top of your head? Do you remember the other good ones? There was a couple good ones. He seemed a lot looser. Maybe he's a little more drunk in this one. A little more whiskey.
They were going down the bottle of Black Label like it was nothing. Just every other time. Here you go. I'm going to take another one. He just took it. I can't take whiskey that good.
Raul, welcome.
So, Raul, I'm going to say... I liked when they were talking about the match, the Hell in a Cell match with Mankind. That just a little tidbits that you didn't know, like, what was it when he did the choke slam? That one wrong step, if he didn't put his foot on the the rail that was there, that he would have gone with him, because that wasn't supposed to collapse the way it did.
Yeah, it was always supposed to break halfway, and then they were supposed to crawl through and drop down, and as we know what happened, that did not happen that way. Yeah, he said he put his foot, took his one step back at the last second. If he didn't, they might have, it would have landed on Mick Foley. Might have killed him. Might have killed himself. We don't know.
That would have hurt.
Definitely would have hurt. And he had the was it the broken ankle? So it just,
Hmm.
I wish it would have just been probably catastrophe.
And he laughed how he said when he went through, the only thing he was thinking was like, "Holy shit, please move,
Yeah,
move a body part, any body part." He just wants to see him move. So, I mean, it was cool to hear Undertaker talk like that because, like I said, most people back then, you were
see,
like, "Oh my god, he really tried to kill him."
exactly. And see, that's what I kind of wish we would have got that at Survivor Series, like hearing Mark Calloway talk, not the Undertaker. I get you want to like do away with this character, but I really enjoy. I want to hear him. I want to hear the person talk. Every time, whether it was Ric Flair or Shawn or all these guys did their goodbyes, you heard the person talk, not the character or the wrestler. So that's kind of what I wanted to hear, and I was a little. I know we've talked about it. Disappointed with his goodbye at Survivor Series.
I think they're going to do something else, though. I think
I think
once
so.
once this COVID shit's over, you can have people around because maybe they feel he's getting cheated. I mean, he is kind of getting cheated as far as a goodbye. I think he's going to get his own Hall of Fame. To be honest with you, his own,
I think so. I think
just him.
so.
Because don't forget, you got to make up this year's Hall of Fame, and then you're going to
Mhm.
have next year's. He's going to be next year's. I guarantee the headline. It might just be by himself and
I
get
I
that
mean,
hope
whole
it
show
would
in a
be.
way.
honestly, they don't got to do this year's. We don't need the Bellas or JBL in the Hall of Fame. We're good. They can stay. They stay on the sidelines for
JBL,
another
I thought
year.
he was in the Hall of Fame.
He was supposed to get inducted this year, I believe.
The NWO was supposed to get in too.
That's
At the
right.
end of right, the NWO, yeah, that was this year.
No,
JBL,
no, wasn't
NWO.
was NWO this year?
Yeah, they were this year, and they
Okay, they
didn't
did
get in.
DX last year.
Yeah, they did the X last year. Yeah, I guess we were talking about how Bischoff should have got in there or X Pac or something should have got in there. That's a good way to say it, boss.
That is a good way to say it.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. He did. He got cheated. He really did get cheated. Boss, I'm glad you're watching, and Raul, I'm glad you're watching. There's three of us, unless Skills shows up. But even then, we're gonna need a tiebreaker. We're doing the Taker tournament. We may need a tiebreaker here or there. So we're gonna go to one of yous or whoever's watching. So be prepared. Um,
One of yous.
one of yous. I know that the Brooklyn came out there for a second.
Oof.
This just starts oozing out every now and then. Yeah, but as far as that special goes, it was another great special. I've loved everything that's come out about Taker since this retirement thing began. Uh, what was the other? Was there another great story? I know there was one more great story that I couldn't stop laughing at. Off the top of my head, I don't remember what the hell it was. But it was just so great him talking about everything.
Yeah.
And the thing with Mick Flag said he's praying to God that he moved an inch. And once he moved an inch, he was like, oh, okay, now I can, now we can finish the match with the tooth up the guy's nose and all that other crap.
Man,
And that was
the
the
match didn't just stop there. They win.
I
Did
told
the
you that
thumbtack spot. Ugh.
that
Yep.
doctor stitched me up before. The guy that was there, that doctor.
Oh, and I knew this was coming. I knew this was coming. I showed Eddie this tournament, and there was no Bossman on there, and he was very upset that Bossman Taker was not on there. Now, well, let's Ed. I'm going to give you the props. Though I'm going to give him the props because what happened that night? Remember what happened that night? Taker Bossman.
He got
That's the
hung.
one
I
where he
watched
hung
it
him?
live.
He
I was
killed the big Bossman.
Yeah.
I was there in Philadelphia. I saw WrestleMania whatever live.
He murdered the big Bossman, and then Bossman showed up on Raw the next night. Like, I died.
Yeah.
No
I
big
mean,
deal.
I'm looking at it now. It probably could have replaced the Royal Rumble match.
Yeah. All right. Well, you know what? We're going to have our wild cards. We're going to have our own personal things. We already know what Ed's voting for. He's voting for Boss. Anything Bossman, he's going to be voting for. I just got a message from Bert. He's not going to make it. So that means we are going to need your tiebreakers, people. We're going to need your tiebreakers.
Bring it.
That's my phone. All right, Dave, you're playing producer today. You want to pop up that tournament for us? Let's get this shit started.
Absolutely. Right.
We've only been teasing it for like a month.
Here we go. Undertaker's greatest match tournament by WWE. We
Yeah,
got
but ours is going to be a lot better than theirs because I can tell you right now that first match is going to change right now. Right now.
They have the 90s, the 2000s, the 2010s, and the wild card matchup that has matches from several other areas. Hold on, let me fix this up. So we'll start with the 1990s, a time that Eric probably knows a lot more of than later rounds. Right?
Oh, I think I know most of them.
Oh, I said that right off the bat. This one, I think we're going to vote completely different than the rest of the WWE universe. We got Undertaker versus Mankind,
King of the Ring '98.
King of the Ring '98, and Undertaker versus Hulk Hogan. Undertaker's first title win. And we know that first match was the famous Hell in a Cell. But again, we've said it 100 times. That's not an Undertaker match. That's a Mick Foley match. That's a Mankind match. That's not Undertaker match. So I am automatically voting for Undertaker versus Hulk Hogan, his first title win. Mr. Eric, what do you got?
I'm Survivor Series '91 all the way. Hulk Hogan.
Dave?
So,
Oh, that's not good.
no. I'm just gonna put it out there. So yeah, it's more known for what happened to Mankind, but Undertaker still was part of it. He still did things. However, I feel like you can't take away his first title run and who he beat. So I feel like, man, to be ranked eighth, I don't know who did these rankings, but these two shouldn't have been matched up in the first round.
No, they shouldn't have.
So
No.
I'm gonna go just because it's who he beat, his first title run. I'm gonna go Undertaker versus Hulk Hogan, Survivor Series '91 with the upset.
Nice.
Sweet.
So that's going to be a nice clean sweep. Oh, but here comes the line. He's coming in. He's got your line showed up. He showed up. Dude, I thought you were in Orlando. Go ride a ride or see Mickey Mouse or something. What are you doing?
Yeah. Go buy some expensive cologne.
We got another one. Samuel, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Where are you? Here he is, right here. That's a new name. I like seeing new names up here.
What up,
That's my buddy Sam. Samo. What's
good,
up?
Sam? Welcome to the show, man. I'm glad to see a new name. Share us out. Spread the word of the Just Too Sweet show for us. What are you saying, cheater? What are you saying, cheater, Steve? Who cheated?
Who
No
cheated?
one cheated.
I don't know who cheated.
I don't know, but Raul got Undertaker Hogan also. That's all we care about. All right, so the next bracket: Undertaker versus Bret Hart, SummerSlam 1997 versus Undertaker versus Mankind in your house, the Buried Alive match. Eric, what you got?
Ooh, because that one was the Buried Alive is where Terry Gordy came out as the executioner, right? And they buried him.
They buried him.
So, and that Bret Hart one was where Sean spit in Bret's face, right? Or he spit in Bret's or Sean's face and hit Undertaker with the chair.
Yeah, I think it was
Yep.
Brett spit and Sean, right? And then Sean
Yep.
went to go hit it with the chair, and he ended up hitting Taker.
Yeah, it was something like that I had. So, wow, I can't believe I'm doing this. I got to go with the Buried Alive match because I just thought it.
Wow,
That was the
Boss must
first
not
one,
be
I
happy
think.
about that one.
It was the first Buried Alive match.
Mm-hmm.
Terry Gordy, who was a Freebird, was in it. I got to go with that.
Okay, that's one for Mankind. Dave, what are you taking?
So in this one, I spoke about it the last time we were on before the Survivor Series prediction, and it is one of my all-time favorite moments. And it's just the end of this match where Undertaker's buried, and all you see is his hand pop up, and you're just like, what how, he's alive? Like, what's going on? So to me, that match is one that I always remember. I love the Buried Alive matches. Wish they did a little bit more of them. Would have liked for him to have gone out that way, but they did what they did. And I'm gonna go with that one. Undertaker vs. Mankind, WWE in your house, Buried Alive.
Sweet.
All right, well, that's the first one I'm going to lose because I actually would have went with Undertaker versus Bret Hart. I just thought it was a better match in general. And all right, so I lost that one. That's fine.
We
That's
can
fine.
eliminate Mankind
It's no
both
problem.
in the first round.
I'm just saying the brackets are rough.
They are.
We're gonna have some rough to look at the next one. You got a double cane bracket coming up.
Oof.
So, and what we got?
I'm sorry, but this one's a no-brainer for me.
We got Undertaker versus Kane at WrestleMania, and Undertaker versus Kane at Unforgiven '98.
Which one was that?
Unforgiven?
Bad Blood, right?
No.
No, Bad Blood was '97. That's the first time they actually wrestled. Was Unforgiven. I
Yeah,
think.
that's why. Was this this wasn't the
The fire match.
the Inferno match, was
Inferno
it?
match. I think it was the Inferno match, wasn't it?
I'm gonna do you guys chat about it while I look it up.
Go ahead, Producer
Okay.
Dave. Producer Dave's wanted today.
Well,
He took the buried alive also. All right, so I'm in the minority today with that one.
well, Tim, I'm gonna go with the Unforgiven match only because
Yep, it was the
again the
sorry to
WW.
interrupt, Inferno
Go
match.
ahead, Dave. Was it the Inferno?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that strengthens my decision because uh they could have taken out that Undertaker versus Kane match from WrestleMania and put in another Undertaker match for that. They really could have. That's just to me. I know they had a lot of great matches, but I just think they could have done better. Against that. So the Inferno match, I got to go with the Inferno match. Unforgiven '98.
Okay, Dave, what do you got?
I'm gonna agree with Eric. I am gonna go Undertaker Kane Unforgiven '98 with the Inferno match, just because had it been me, I probably would have put. Oh wait, maybe it's on another. Never mind. I'm just talking nonsense here because I was thinking that they did Undertaker versus Kane for a certain reason. I was gonna say they should. I really liked WrestleMania 20's match better, but obviously that wasn't in the '90s. So yeah, the Inferno match I think was a lot better.
I was gonna go WrestleMania, but you guys kind of changed my mind. I liked the first match between them two. Because it was the build up. I will not fight my brother. I will not fight my family. I will not. And finally, he's like, shit, I got to do it. You know, and he had to do it. He had no choice to do it, and he won the match, of course. But you know what? You changed my mind though, so I am going to go with the Inferno match also. So that's going to
Yeah,
be a clean sweep.
and we had Kane basically go out on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I
Yep.
wasn't too big into gimmick matches that really, but looking back on them, I guess they were pretty entertaining. But some of them were like did Undertaker ever win a casket match?
Oh
That,
yeah.
that's like
Yeah,
his match, and I always see him
Oh
losing
yeah.
that match.
No, he beat Yoko at Survivor Series, but lost at the Royal Rumble. Right?
I think he lost a Gold Dust.
He lost the. No, I think he beat Goldust.
Did he?
I think
I thought he
so.
lost to Yoko. He beat Yoko.
He beat Yoko at Survivor Series, but he lost to him at the Royal Rumble. Remember when he went up into the heavens? When his soul went to heaven. It
It's ridiculous you saying that now.
is. It is. Sam
Yeah,
wants the
like
Inferno match.
All right, so it's a clean sweep for the Inferno match. That's
It is too.
I have no problem with that. You guys changed my mind on that one. All right, so the next one, producer Dave, you can swipe down just a tad.
sorry, I was looking up the Undertaker
That's okay.
casket matches, and no, yeah, see, oh yeah, Goldust beat him.
He
Look at
did
that.
beat him.
All
Were
In
right.
a
they in your house?
in a casket match.
It was, yeah, in your house 8, beware the dog. That's
Speaking
the
of,
one.
see now, wait, if you're going to be undefeated at something, the Undertaker should be undefeated at casket matches. Shouldn't be
I mean,
losing to Gold Dust.
do you know any real Undertaker that's lost a casket match? They always win. You're dead.
Here, I actually saw his record.
No, that
Undertaker.
was Survivor Series, Steve.
Undertaker's 11-4 in casket
Remember
matches.
Chuck Norris came out? He was
Really?
karate kicking everybody.
Wow, I don't remember the 11 wins. I remember the 4 losses, I think, not the 11 wins.
What happened here? Okay. Uh, sorry. This
Well,
isn't helping me out.
ooh,
Okay.
ooh,
Here comes
So
the
we're
last
gonna
one from the
end
90s.
of '90s. We got
ooh.
So we got Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels, In Your House, Bad Blood 97, which we did talk about not too long ago. That was the first appearance of Kane. That was the
Yep.
first ever Hell in a Cell match. That one's going up against Undertaker versus Yokozuna. I can't see what it says.
Yeah, you gotta
Survivor
move it up a
Series
little bit.
'94.
Survivor Series 94.
Sorry, guys.
That's okay. All right. Dave, you start off with you on this one. Which one you like in here?
Come on, guys. Come on now.
Yeah,
Really?
I don't even think we have to ask.
First ever Hell in a Cell match. It was just, I don't even know what to say. It was poetry. It was them dancing, and it just was magnificent. Shawn Taker never had a bad match, and then this just was. There was so much to it. Shawn, was getting his ass beat throughout the whole match. You had him with the Crimson Mask, and them going up on the cage, and then obviously Kane coming out. There was the appearance of Kane ripping off the cage. There was so much to this match that it should have been number one. Forget Undertaker Mankind. this is the real Hell in a Cell match, and he said that he considers this the real Hell in a Cell match.
Yep,
I agree with that.
I'm agreed 100% on that one. Also, I think that's going to be a pretty much of a sweep, a very easy sweep, nonetheless.
We'll see. We'll
Uh,
see. The bad guy. Let's see. I know he likes the Yoko. He likes his Samoans.
I'm so torn, man, because that was one of my favorite matches. Because you know, Double J came out, all those guys came out.
like you said, that's what makes this hard, Eric. You pick this match and put it in another bracket, it might have a clean sweep, but it's in this bracket against probably one of his best matches ever. So
I'm gonna go with the Hell in a Cell just because it. I don't think I could have said it any better than Dave did, because that match was. I mean, those guys put on one hell of a frigging show that night. That was just ridiculous how good they were, how on they were. So,
all right, that's a clean sweep then. You want to go to the 2000s, or you go?
How do you do you guys want to finish off the '90s and crown one winner for the '90s and then move on, or so we don't forget who we got moving on?
All right, let's do that then. Yeah, I like that. I like that idea. So
All
then
right,
we'll end
so
up having Undertaker versus Hulk Hogan, Survivor Series 91, taking on Undertaker versus Mankind in the Buried Alive match. Eric, who do you got in this one? They're going to get a little harder now.
mm-hmm.
no, I'm 100% going with Undertaker versus Hogan. It was just how can you not, the first time he goes over on Hogan? That's going to be a hard match to beat.
Man.
So I got to go with Undertaker Hogan.
If you were sitting next to me, I would hug you. I would hug you because I thought I was going to be the only one going for that one. I did. I really thought, but that's the one I'm going with too. We talked about just a few weeks ago with the Survivor Series. That match has that moment when he wins and he beats freaking Hulk Hogan. You're like, no way that just happened. You know, it's like, holy crap. Flair or not Flair, I don't care what happened, how he won it. He won it.
Yeah.
So I'm voting for that one also. Hey, we got a sweep, or are you going to stick with Mankind, Buried Alive?
See,
That match meant more than when the Warrior beat Hogan. Like,
Yes,
that was more
I
of a
would
like,
think so.
that was like, whoa, what the fuck? It was like, not the like, he was like, because remember that not only just kayfabe, but like, we weren't really like woke as like individuals back then. Like, we really thought like evil spirits existed. And like, I really thought the Undertaker was a zombie. So like, I thought evil was going to encompass the world. And when he beat Hogan, I'm like, no, that's everything good. Not the Undertaker. But that's what secretly turned me to the dark side. All of a sudden, like, I shut my eyes and I opened it back up, and I was like, I was possessed since
Steve is
since
hulking
nine.
up tonight. Boss, why are you hulking up tonight? Why are you so anti
I'm
Taker?
Did you
surprised
train?
tonight.
I guess he
Steve,
did.
did you train, say your prayers, and eat your vitamins today? The one day of the year.
He's very fired up about this match.
He is fired up about this match.
Man.
So, Dave, who are you taking? I know it's a rough one, but I still want to know. Well, we already
Yeah.
won. We already won 2-1. If you don't pick it, but I still want to know who
no.
you picking.
So, I've said how iconic that, like, for me, that ending part of, the Buried Alive match where Undertaker just sticks his hand out of the dirt. However, I was just thinking about it now, you guys talking about it, and you guys kind of pushed me in that direction where at the end of the match you just see Taker with the belt and he's just there in the middle of the ring. It's his first title run. I can't vote against that. Not
Dude.
against the Buried Alive match. So I have to go Taker Hogan, man. It's just very significant to where his career went.
Even though you only had the belt for 3 days, 4 days, whatever it was.
And that's a bunch of bullshit, because that's just back to our Hogan show. You know what I mean? Like, well, Vince, brother, I'm still drawing money, brother. Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah, but I was going to say, whose idea do you think was that? Look, you're going to lose, but you're going to get it back on Tuesday in a randomly made up pay-per-view show that we're going to, run called Tuesday in Texas.
Yeah, why do that? Why do that?
Oh, Stephanie's coming in all of a sudden.
Because
Stephanie had her
Hogan,
birthday. Happy birthday, Stephanie, by the way. What do you mean the mean Mark?
Her brother Chris, he was a close friend of mine, and he like Steph was a huge wrestling fan, and Chris and I used to go deep into wrestling all the time. But the joke is not the joke, but the inside, like an inside joke is when he first showed up, because Chris was like me. Chris watched everything and knew who everybody where they came from. And he was telling his sister, he's like, "That's not the Undertaker. That's Mean Mark." You know, because he couldn't believe he's seeing Mean Mark, but he's the Undertaker. So
Mm-hmm.
that's where that comes from.
Yeah, I liked being unaware of that stuff when I was young. I never know Mean Mark, so to me he was always the Undertaker. So I kind of like that.
Yeah.
All right, so we got a sweep as far as that hung. The next one we have Undertaker versus Kane at Unforgiven. Taking on, I think it's going to be a sweep. He's going to be an easy one, I think. Taking on Taker versus Shawn Michaels at Bad Blood first Hell in a Cell. I am obviously going with the first Hell in a Cell match. Eric, where you going?
I'm not voting against the first Hell in a Cell with Michaels. No way. Not happening.
Dave?
So let me tell you how this Inferno match changed wrestling. No, it's obviously Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels. First Hell in a Cell, Bad Blood 97.
Well, then it's real easy. The 90s all comes down to two matches.
Ooh.
Two distinct, great matches. Undertaker Hogan, first title run. Undertaker Shawn Michaels, first Hell in a Cell.
This is tough.
So you want to play a little Jeopardy music? Everybody can take a minute and think about it.
How about this? How about I will tell you while we all think about it what the two matches made it to this fight. Well, I guess with the Elite Eight, it was the Mankind King of the Ring match. For this is WWE's like actual like what the fans voted. Mankind King of the Ring made it to this number one. They beat out Hogan, and then Shawn Michaels Undertaker, Bad Blood 97. Those are the two matchups that WWE had.
So they're not too off.
No, we got one of the two.
All right, let's see. Eric, I see you scratching your head over there. Final answer. What do you got?
Well, I'm sorry. I really am. But you can't vote against a match that not only has Nate, but has Hogan, has Paul Bearer, has The Undertaker. And he took down Steve Faraci's, American Idol hero growing up. So I have to go with Undertaker versus Hogan.
Wow.
Dave, which way you
number
going?
8 seed. I
See,
mean,
that's the old school guy. Now we got the new school guy. What are you thinking, Dave?
first title run, Hogan. But I'm gonna bring up a very key point here that the boss, I'm gonna bring it back up. Taker, Bear, Flair, Chair versus Hogan. Sorry, my friends, I am not going against Shawn Michaels Undertaker. Hell in a Cell. Like I said, that was. You can go back and show people this match. This is how you perform. I can't go back and show them Undertaker versus Hulk Hogan. You're just be like, okay, that's where his career started. But if I'm gonna be teaching, here's how you do a nice gimmick match, how you work. This is how you work. I'm not gonna show him Hulk Hogan dying there halfway through the match.
So now it goes to me. I should have went first.
Yeah, I'm glad you did it.
Oh my goodness, this was a hard one. But crap. Damn you, tiebreaker. Shit, I'm gonna have to go Taker Shawn Michaels. Sorry, Eric. As much as it hurts, as much as it does hurt, I watched both of those matches recently, yeah, and I'd have to go to Hell in a Cell. It was just so unique. It was so fresh. It was so, and it was Taker at his absolute one of his best moments. The as much as I loved him beating Hogan, it wasn't the Undertaker character wasn't fully flushed out as far as how good he was because he was a little more stiffer and Frankensteiny then. Still awesome. So, and I'm gonna have to go with Hell
I
in a
have
Cell.
nothing. I
Not
have nothing to say right now.
not only that, but think about it like this, Eric. This started, and Undertaker again, going back to the his talk with Austin, he basically says that this was the start of him and Kane, which could easily be like one of the best stories that was ever told. Like that family bond, like what happened between them. Like this was the start of it. It was more than just Taker Sean. You had more to it, and come on, you
No,
can't go
wait,
wrong with this match.
you want to know why, Eric? I'm going to tell you something right now. I'm going to tell you why I went the other way. Because this match should have led to Hogan Flair, and it didn't. It was kind of one of those things where, like I said, this could have been the cat. First of all, Taker should have had that belt for at least a month. For a month.
Or a couple months.
Yeah, a month or two. Give it, at least give him that first title run. Have Hogan got Tombstone under a chair. You could have said he hurt his neck. He's going to be out 4 to 6 weeks. You have Taker running around with that belt, killing people, and it leads so he can come back and get the title, sure. But then that should have been the catalyst for Hogan Flair, which we never got to see on television. Sure, house shows. Who cares? No
Yeah,
one else
think
saw
about
it.
it.
But
Because then
that
the
could have been the
next,
catalyst for Hogan Flair, the greatest. Could have been the greatest rivalry of all time.
because
Because
you
It
by
would
the
have
time,
been.
you
you
could have
know,
had Taker hold it to Royal Rumble. Hogan comes back, beats him. Flair wins the Rumble. Oh, look at that,
exactly,
WrestleMania! Like
exactly,
it's just too smart,
We
smart
wouldn't have had
booking.
to. You wouldn't have had to worry about Sid.
exactly.
Quitting and crying, and
So again, we go
so
back to the Hogan mystery. Was it Hogan that put the kibosh on the thing with Flair? We don't know.
No,
I don't think it was Flair because I think Flair is one of the, he would have did anything you asked him to do he would have done except fly to SmackDown, not SmackDown, except fly to Thunder when he didn't want to go to Thunder.
no one
Other than
wanted to
that,
go to Thunder.
nobody wanted to go to Thunder.
uh,
So
All right,
the
so
the winner of the '90s for WWE was Mankind's King of the Ring '98. The match we eliminated in the first round.
in the first round we eliminated. See, we're smarter. I'm sorry, we're smarter.
All right, guys, moving on to the 2000s. You guys can see that? Perfect.
Yep.
All right,
All
first
right,
up,
we got Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 25. Taking on the Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar. No Mercy, 2002. Dave, which one you taking in this one?
I think we're gonna go back to back. I just made the reference to what you want to show people who are how to work. Shawn Michaels Undertaker WrestleMania 25 to me is my favorite match of all time. I love watching that over and over just because I feel it never gets old. You have the light versus the dark. There was a lot of storytelling there that it just goes into a whole another year. But we're gonna leave it at this one, so I'm going that one, number one.
Eric?
Undertaker, Brock Lesnar. Final answer.
Wow, how come? You gotta give me some kind of
Yeah, well,
explanation.
I need an explanation for
Because
just for the fact that you don't want to Shawn Michaels to be advancing.
no, no, but I like this match because Brock wasn't douchey Brock yet. He was young Brock that was more entertaining, a little more flexible. And Undertaker was, I think he was the American Badass.
Hmm.
Um, so that really made for a cool, um, really made for a cool match. I really enjoyed Brock and Undertaker at that match. No Mercy.
And you think it's better than WrestleMania 25?
I do, yeah. I mean, because like the Triple H matches and the Kane matches, it started getting like
It was the first one.
uh,
It wasn't 26.
this one. The Undertaker wrestled Shawn Michaels 100 times by that match.
Yeah, but this was like the first time they had wrestled in how long?
Uh,
They had never really crossed paths again until this, and I think maybe like the Royal Rumble.
uh,
Wow. All right, Timmy, you're
No,
another tiebreaker apparently.
I already
Yeah, I'm
know
not,
what it is. Though. I mean, I already lost. So I don't, I don't care.
I'm not going first next time. I mean, I am going first next time. But yeah, Eric, again, I'm sorry, man. I'm gonna have to go with Undertaker, Shawn Michaels in this one, only because no, I mean that match was just such a. It was also such a surprise. The two, veteran older guys, you didn't expect to do what they did in that match, and it
They
was just
stole
like
the
you
whole
said.
show.
Yeah, it was so damn good. Um, yeah, I'm gonna have to go with that one also.
Wow.
That's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So there. Thank you,
All right.
Steph.
Moving on to the next one. This one's easy for me. Very easy for me. Undertaker versus Randy Orton, WrestleMania 21. Undertaker versus Kurt Angle, No Way Out, 2006. I am going first this time, and I am taking Undertaker versus Kurt Angle all the way over Randy Orton. To me, it's not even a close debate. So that's my answer. Eric, where you going?
I'm Kurt Angle. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Kurt Angle ended up being one of the greatest wrestlers of all time in his short time, relatively short career. I mean, he didn't really have a real long career. Well, I mean, he did.
I think he did. You
He
just
went to
What,
no
TNA.
one.
90,
Don't forget.
Yeah, no one really counts the TNA things, but he did a lot over there.
90? Oh, no, it counts. 98 to what? About 2010, 2011,
Well, I
I
mean,
think
what
so.
he fought up
2013,
until
maybe?
what, WrestleMania 34?
Yeah, don't forget he came back for a while.
That's right. He did come back for a while. So, anyway, no, Kurt Angle ended up being one of the greatest characters and wrestlers of all time. So that's not that's a no brainer for me. It's Kurt Angle, 100%. I like Randy Orton. No, I don't think he's as good as Kurt Angle.
I don't know.
In this particular instance,
Dave, who would you take in this one?
I was gonna take the Legend Killer in this one, but I was just gonna do it because I liked that at that time he was the Legend Killer, and he had been going through everyone, and uh, I mean I thought he could have taken down Undertaker, would have been legit giving him the rub, but no, the Angle match was great too. I mean,
I
can't
don't
take that
think
away from
Randy.
him.
I think Randy's got it, but he doesn't got it. I don't
His
think he's
priority isn't I don't maybe to
he's
me I
not a
don't feel like
John
it's that.
Cena. He's not a Bret Hart. He's not an Undertaker. He's not a Hulk Hogan. He's not a Steve Austin. He's not a Rock. He's a Scott Hall, Rick Martel,
Whoa,
Hmm.
he's the model.
Kenny Omega. I mean, Kenny Omega's not quite there yet, but no, you know what I mean. Though he's not. Randy Orton isn't superstar stat because let's. I'm not
See,
getting into
I
it.
I don't know. I feel like
Kurt
now
Angle.
he has become super stat, and I think after this year, some respect
Oh,
needs
look
to
at
be put on
Sam.
Some respect needs to be put on Randy Orton's name after this year. After the year he's had, he's done great.
Sam goes with you, Dave.
See, Randall Keith Orton, baby, Th-
Wow.
three most deadliest letters in wrestling.
I had this conversation with Frachi a long time ago when we first started. I said, yeah, there's just something about him that bugs the shit out of me. I can't put my finger on it. So I'm
He's
not a big Randy Orton fan. It's just I said there's something there that just
he's
bugs.
great.
I don't know what it is.
He's great, but he's not that great to me. Like he has that like mid 2000s like black trunks, no smile, plain walk to you know what I mean? He does his little thing and then he gets in there and it shows no emotion. Like there was no emotion for a few years.
No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely
John
right.
Cena was the only yeah, seriously, right? Because John Cena was like the only guy that was like hyping himself up. You know what I mean? And it's like, because not everybody can be the Undertaker. Not everybody can be whatever. Then, Batista walks to the ring, Triple H walks to the ring. It's like it got boring.
Randy
So
definitely coasted for a long time. That's what I'm saying. I think his heart wasn't fully in it, but when it is, he's on fire. Like I think this year, he's kind of put just because he's been able to. Maybe I think it's not having to be on the road all the time. Like he's just focused on showing up for Raw, and that's it. He can go home, be with his family. So like he has that good balance. So I think maybe that's why this year he's been on point with everything he's done. Whether it was with Edge, with Drew McIntyre, and now with the Fiend. Like he's there right now this year.
Mm, I don't know.
I will admit that he's had a good year.
He's way better, yeah, I think. But
All right. Well, Kurt Angle wins that one. Let's move on to the next one, which is a double edge of all matches. Edge versus Undertaker WrestleMania. I can't see what that is. 24, and Undertaker
Yeah.
versus Edge SummerSlam 2008. And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know which one's which. I don't
neither.
remember which one. I don't remember
I
which
know.
one was which.
I know 24. That was the only time I think Undertaker has won a championship, a world title at WrestleMania. No, right? Yeah.
We beat Edge.
He beat
Was
Edge.
it? Was it?
See, I get those.
Yeah.
I'm confused with those two.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he obviously beat Edge, but I think that's the only time that Undertaker has actually won, like coming as a challenger at WrestleMania for the world title and won.
Raul, tell me if is that true or not. He'll let us know right now. Watch.
And
Um,
I'll go first here with this one. I'm gonna pick that one, Undertaker vs. Edge, WrestleMania 24, just because I was at that WrestleMania and that match was actually really good.
There you go. I will go with the same match. To be honest with you,
I will too.
I don't remember them clearly. I don't remember which one was which.
Yep.
But
I'm gonna
I'll
go
probably
with
always go with a WrestleMania with a title change.
Is SummerSlam the one that he chokeslammed him through the ring? The ring?
Jeez.
I don't remember.
Yeah, they're blurring together those two matches.
I got to go with Undertaker versus Edge on this one.
Makes sense. Damn it. Should have gone with that one.
It was-
So
Come
we'll
on.
go with, I guess we're going WrestleMania 24.
Yeah, we'll go WrestleMania 24 on that one.
All right, next up.
On the next one, I think is also going to be. Well, I think it's easy.
Ooh.
Undertaker versus Batista, WrestleMania 23 versus Undertaker versus Triple H, WrestleMania X7. I want to just keep them all the same. One's 2005, one says X7. Just keep them all the same. I am going first this time. And
You just went first last time.
I don't want to get caught as the goddamn tiebreaker again. Because I can tell you right now, Eric's going Batista.
I actually think he was going to go with that one.
Eric's going Batista, and Dave is going Triple H. Am I right?
I don't know. Let's go with you, and then we'll see what happens.
Yeah. What do you have to say, Tim?
I'm going to go with Triple H just because I don't. Batista's never been a guy to hold a WrestleMania main event for me. He's cool. He's like a cool musclehead type guy, but I've never liked him as far as a main event type dude. And I will always want to take a Triple H. Like I said, that 3-4 year card between the three of them is some of the best matches you're ever going to see, especially considering their age and all that crap. So I am going Undertaker Triple H.
All right, Eric, what's your verdict?
Well, I'm also going with Undertaker versus Triple H because
I'm shocked.
as much as I like Batista and as much as I was there the first time he ever set foot in a ring, which when I get one of my best friend Joel, hope you're watching because you're coming on our show, Joel. We were all there when Dave first got into the ring, and Joel was very, very. He did a lot early on to train him, and I believe he even brought him to Connecticut. He went with him, and I used to bump around for him a lot in the ring when we did training and stuff. But I just never thought. I mean, I knew he was going to get over just for his size and whatever, but I mean, he can't work for shit. So I have to go with the guy that worked the worker's worker, Triple H. I mean, you can't deny the man is 100% a worker first and foremost, and there's no way it's going to be hard for me to ever vote against Triple H when it comes to like a good match.
So basically, because Batista was very green when he fought him, is why you're going against Batista.
No, I'm going because Triple H is one of the best workers of all time. That's why I'm doing it.
So let me tell
And
you,
that's an undisputed fact right there.
can't deny it. But WrestleMania 23 was the changing point No, it's gonna be WrestleMania 17, guys. Undertaker versus Triple H.
I'll see what
That
you come
was
up with. What are you going to come up with for that?
that was too
Yeah,
easy.
come
That
on.
match, I remember them going into the stands. I mean, that whole pay per view in itself, you can just pick any of those matches, and it was great. But theirs, I remember them. It was the first time at WrestleMania they're fighting. Them going into the stands, just battling with each other. It was good. It was great.
They beat the piss out of each other. So,
Hmm.
all right. So what we got? I have a feeling this is going to be two Undertaker versus Shawn match in the final four here.
We'll
I just
see.
have that feeling. All right. So now we got to back up Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels WrestleMania 25,
And
taking on Undertaker versus Kurt Angle at No Way Out 2006. Eric, I'm putting it on you.
here we go.
So it's
It's
Kurt Angle,
Shawn.
Undertaker,
Yeah.
Kurt
Yes.
Angle versus Undertaker, Shawn.
Shawn Undertaker when he was dressed as an angel floating
I'm
from the heaven.
well. I'm just gonna go with the flow because it's gonna be Undertaker versus Shawn because that match is better than the Undertaker Kurt Angle match anyway. But I know that's what way you guys are gonna fucking vote. So like, I'm not gonna sit there and defend
Yeah,
why I voted for.
but I'm fucking
No.
I'm voting because it's a better match, like you said.
It is. I know, but
So there you
It's a
go.
better
you're a
like
click.
a
Tim, you're a
storytelling
member of the
match.
click. Tim, you're a member of the click. You're gonna vote against the click?
No,
Yeah. See,
no, but
Yeah.
it was a better match. It was a better match.
it was a way better match. It was. It was a way better match. I mean, not taken away from Kurt Angle.
No,
Nope.
not at all.
Anything.
No.
Anything.
Kurt's one
But
of the best.
he is. But Undertaker and Shawn come from the old school, new school that like kind of blended together and made that like that unbelievable product that we'll never see again. Like we're never going to see it again. These guys suck today. Back in the 70s, you know, the beer gut, whatever, it was fun, but that's all they knew. So they didn't really have much to go on until superstar Billy Graham came around.
But that's
So,
also that match where you take these young kids, you say, that's how you fucking do it. Watch these
yeah.
two guys.
Oh, yeah.
Watch these guys in 97, and now you're going to fucking watch them now. That's how
Yeah.
you do it. And that's
See-
exactly what those matches are.
Exactly. See
Or-
how you
or-
evolve.
Mhm.
Or the Brett Owen match from WrestleMania, what was it? 8 or 9?
10?
10,
10.
wasn't it?
10.
Yeah, 9 was 93, 10 was 94. Yeah, that one. I mean, that should be required for every fucking school or training that you go to.
Savage Steamboat.
Savage Steamboat,
Same thing.
not Bill DeMott, fat ass piece of shit, telling you to bump and shit. Oh, you can do a moonsault, and you're having this guy train people. Hey, Bill DeMott, right there, buddy. I'll kick the fuck out of you.
Oh man, the boss is gonna have a field day with
Whoa.
this
He's fighting Bill DeMott all of a sudden.
one.
He's
Eric,
a bully. I don't
got
like bullies. I don't like bullies. He's a piece of shit. He's a
Eric,
bully. I don't like bullies.
I'm going to announce it right now. Me and you, the insiders, taking on Bill DeMott and Brutus Beefcake at the next WrestleMania. We're going to do
That's
it.
right.
You
That's
guys
right.
are gonna do that to me? I don't know what side to stand on. Who do I manage there?
Hey, can DiBiase be their manager?
Hey,
$1 douche.
might as well bring it full circle. All right, so I think that's a clean sweep, guys. Am I right?
Clean sweep. Take
All
it,
right,
Sean. Yep.
You're not wrong.
And taking on.
Stephanie's doing the.
Oh, come on, Steph. You know we're right. You know we're right. And the other final match in this bracket will be Undertaker versus Edge.
WrestleMania.
WrestleMania 24, taking on Undertaker versus Triple H at X7. I'm going to keep saying X7 just because that's the way it's written. Dave, you're up first for this one.
Ooh.
This is a hard one, I think.
I'm gonna have to go Taker Trips. Like I said, that pay-per-view to me, I think, is one of the best pay-per-views, best WrestleManias from start to finish. Whereas, even though 24 was just as good, that was when Flair retired. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Taker Trips. Oh, I don't know if I'll regret that later, but I'll go with that.
I guess Eric, you're right. I guess I can't go against the click because I am also going with Undertaker Triple H. Because, like I said, that was just, he said it best on the Broken Skull session. It was a 4-year storyline, 3-year storyline between Shawn, him, and Triple H. All of them were great. Fantastic the way it was all done. I am going with Triple H also. Eric?
100% Triple H. 100%. There's not even a nanosecond to think about it.
All right, so now here comes the big one.
Let's see what side of the click Tim's
That's right.
on here.
Now we're going to see which click member gets to move on and face the other click member who's still in there. We have Undertaker versus Shawn. My God, this is the same storyline, which is what makes it great. Undertaker versus Shawn, WrestleMania 25 versus Undertaker versus Triple H, 27.
WrestleMania. No, WrestleMania.
All right, X7.
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 Yeah, okay. Because I didn't understand what you said right there.
Eric, you know what? We're going to start with you this time.
Ooh.
I guess I'll be the tiebreaker again. Shit. But okay, Eric, go ahead. This is a good one.
Oh, wow. I just realized what I had to choose from.
Yeah. It's a toughie.
Okay, so, how many matches did he and Triple H have? Like 4?
At
3 at WrestleMania?
3 at WrestleMania.
3, right?
Yeah.
Plus the ones they didn't have at WrestleMania. Plus the Hunter Hearst Helmsley
Saudi events.
Yeah, plus the Hunter Hearst Helmsley matches from like 95, 96. Plus the DX bullshit, you know what I mean? So
Ministry of Darkness.
Yeah, Ministry of Darkness.
Oh, happy
Ministry?
anniversary, by the way. Happy anniversary. Stone Cold was sacrificed like 20-something years ago this week. So happy anniversary.
Oh, wow. But, if you're talking the showstopper, if you're talking the icon, if you're talking the main event, and if you're talking the guy that can work circles around Triple H.
Oh, I thought you were talking about me. I was like, oh, Ika, main event?
Anyway. No, you know what, guys? I'm going for it. I'm grabbing it and I'm setting it there. It's Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker. That's my pick. That is my pick.
He finally said it with conviction. We fought him for 2 whole rounds and he finally said it with conviction.
That was an act of commission.
Raul's going with Triple H.
Raul.
All right, Dave.
Raul.
This is big for you,
Raul. Who are the girls you're with in the picture? I want to know.
That's Trish and Lita.
Oh, they're not just 2 girls he knows?
Well, he knows Trish and Lita.
Yeah, he knows them.
Oh, he does. Give me one of their numbers, Raul.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Undertaker Shawn. I can't go against that match. That match is, oh man, iconic to me. But I actually didn't get to tell you guys before we get there. The final 2 for this one was Triple H. I mean, not Triple H. It was Shawn and Taker, number 1, and it was the one that got eliminated before this, Edge and Taker at WrestleMania 24. So we were kind of close there.
Oh, it's not. It's Angelina Love and Velvet Sky. My bad, Rule. I know you have pictures with them.
Oh, wow. I thought it was I could have sworn it was Trish and Lita.
I think he has one with Trish and Lita, too, I believe.
I was going to say, because Trish and Lita are both about Raul's height, which I'm guessing is 5'5".
But listen, Velvet's mine, so I don't want you touching her ever again, Raul, okay? Thanks.
All right, Timmy, who you got winning this?
I could have went either way. I literally could have went either way with this one. But yeah, you can't beat that. You can't. You can't beat those 2 guys in a match together. Undertaker even said it best. He said Shawn could have a 5-star match with a broomstick and go 2 out of 3 falls and still make it a 5-star match. That's exactly what he said. So, yeah, I'm going with that one also. Let's hope there's no more Undertaker Shawn Michaels match in these other brackets because
Kenny Omega would have made it a 7-star match.
There's no such thing. Drunk Uncle.
Oh, don't worry. Dave Meltzer, when he gets on his knees, he'll make a 7-star match for Kenny Omega because he's a big Kenny Omega mark. Meltzer sucks.
All right, well, we got 2 brackets down, and both brackets are Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels matches. So let's hop over.
Just to let you guys know, Shawn Michaels did end up winning that side. So next up, we have the 2010s, and a familiar face up here.
Oh.
We have Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania 26. Okay. And then Undertaker versus Bray Wyatt, WrestleMania 31.
Yeah, I popped out there for a minute. I don't know why. I got disconnected. But I'm back. Let me shut the Wi-Fi off of my phone. That'll help. All right. So which one's it? 2010s.
2010s.
Look at this. Shawn Michaels again,
Brock
taking on
Lesnar.
Bray Wyatt. We'll start with the first one.
Oh,
Shawn
okay.
Michaels, 26 versus Bray Wyatt, WrestleMania 31.
One. I know we're
I
getting
don't. Do
tired
we
of
even
it, but can
do,
we?
do we do we even know why we're voting on this?
I
Do we even need to vote on this?
I don't think we need to vote on it.
I don't think we do either.
I don't think so. Just for the fact that, man, they if Brock Lesnar doesn't beat Taker, Taker goes into this match. What is it? 22-0, and you
Mhm.
give the rub to Bray, the guy has that Undertaker feel, who you're giving that like, what is it? Mythical stuff, and no.
Supernatural type,
Exactly, but no, what do? You give it to Brock, and then you just have obviously Taker's not gonna lose back to back WrestleManias, so he goes and crushes Bray. It just,
It was
I
a
wouldn't
squash,
even put it on
wasn't
him.
it?
Hmm?
It was a squash, right?
It was, yeah, somewhat like that. I think
All right.
Bray got like
Basically,
a little bit, like Bray was spooked out with the Undertaker, and it was just like, okay, like I don't. They've done Bray wrong a lot of years, so Undertaker versus Shawn
whoa.
26.
Steph, this isn't your tournament, then, my friend. We already got three, two advancing to the final four. This ain't your tournament.
Wow, oof, I
Yeah,
feel attacked with that.
she doesn't. Well, she's a Bret. She's the biggest Bret Hart fan ever. So
Oh,
she's
she's
still
the
holding a
boss.
grudge from '97.
We're gonna do an Angry Brett show one day, Steph. You might not want to watch that one.
Nope.
Oh, she will, and she'll let you know too.
All right, so the next one we got Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar SummerSlam 2015, and Undertaker and Roman. I don't know what this is under. Undertaker and Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre and Shane McMahon Extreme Rules
Why is this
2019.
match? Oh my, this is awful.
This is an
Why is that
awful
even on
bracket.
there?
This is an
Yeah.
awful bracket.
You know what it was? Because that is the match that he said he was okay going out with finally, but obviously AJ Styles brought him back, so I think that's why this is on here.
I'm going with Undertaker, Brock Lesnar easily on this one.
Yeah, me too.
I guess
Undertaker, Brock
I
Lesnar.
think
First of all, there shouldn't be a tag team match on here.
No,
This is Undertaker's match. There shouldn't be a
No.
freaking tag team match. I don't know
no.
whoever made this tournament is a moron.
Yeah, I bet you Pritchard did it.
Oh my god! So I'm going Lesnar. I don't care anyways. I'm going Lesnar.
Me too. Two for Lesnar.
I'll go with Lesnar because I think this is the match where you got the gif of Undertaker like laughing
Yeah,
when
the
Brock
laughing
got him.
gif.
Yeah, so I'll go
That was
with
that was a great moment.
Oh
All
That was
right, so
man,
pretty funny.
let's just move on again. Here we go again. Undertaker, Triple H,
this was
28 versus
28.
Undertaker, Rey Mysterio in the Royal Rumble 2010. Dave, you go first on this one.
Another WrestleMania I went to, and this was the end of an era WrestleMania. So I'm going with that one. Again, the storytelling was great. That Shawn Michaels kicking Taker into the pedigree moment, I was just like, oh, it's over. This is it. And the mofo kicks out and somehow wins the match. So I'm going there. Taker trips again.
Eric, do I have to ask?
Nope.
Same here, because no offense to Rey Mysterio, that's not a match.
I
That's
don't
not
even
a
remember that match.
yeah.
No.
That's like why would you be considered? And like you said, Eric, I'm starting to see now where Undertaker Kamala could have been squeezed in here somewhere because this bracket is just a ridiculous bracket.
This is the shittiest bracket I've
I
ever seen in my life.
what messed them up is them doing it by decades. I think
Yeah,
that
I think you're
completely
right. I
threw
think
them
you're
yeah,
right.
off.
it's true. See, the next we got again Triple H. Here we go.
27.
27 versus Shane McMahon at 32. And for me, again, no offense to Shane McMahon, he puts on a good show, but this isn't even a competition for me. So I'm going with Triple H again. There's a lot of Triple H, Shawn Michaels in this one.
That's all I got to say.
Oh, so he's going for Shane McMahon with that one. So, um, man, Ki- do I want to be different? Nah,
No, you
Undertaker
don't.
Triple H. Undertaker
You don't want
Triple
to be
H. No,
You don't want to be different.
Not in this bracket, you don't.
No, you don't.
Undertaker trips. Yeah.
Maybe that wild card bracket will be better.
Hopefully.
All right, so now moving on. Shawn Michaels, Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels at 26 versus Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam 2015. Eric, where are you leaning towards this one? Do I even have to ask?
Well,
are we gonna get a Triple H versus Shawn Michaels at the end of this? It's gonna be
Okay.
Shawn, wild card guy. I think.
well, no, you don't because I'm taking Shawn Michaels.
Okay.
I'm taking Shawn Michaels. No, over Brock Lesnar, 100%.
Dave, same here.
No doubt. 26.
All right, this might be an easy one. And last but least, I'm not even going to say it. We have Triple H versus himself. So just pick a WrestleMania. Which one you liked better?
27 or 28, Eric. Where are you going with?
27 or 28?
27.
I'll go 28.
I got to go 27.
Ooh. The one where Undertaker couldn't walk out of the match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Over the end of 28 where you have Shawn, Triple H,
I just like
and
the match better. No, but that's like the.
I like the match better too. I did
like
too.
the match better. But of course, that sentimental ending was fantastic.
It was, but I'm not looking for sentimentality. I want in-ring work. I mean, the bullshit that happens before and after is just that's gotten too.
That's part of
carried
the match,
away.
Though. That's part of it.
I'm more of a kayfabe old guy. Like I like some of the new stuff, but the bullshit, like I don't give a shit what they do when they walk through that curtain. I don't want to know. I want to see the match.
That's why you're such a Kenny guy. I know. You're
even
a
the
Kenny guy.
The tiebreaker would have went against you too, Dave, because Rollo went 27. So 27 will be the victor. And hey, here we go again. Will Shawn Michaels win his third bracket?
It's another back-to-back
bracket, which shows you how fucking great he is. You got to admit that.
When Jim Cornette admits that Shawn Michaels is one of the greatest ever, then you know Shawn Michaels is one of the greatest ever.
Yes, Steph. No Bret Hart on this list. Well, he might be. He might be in the wild card. I don't know. Is he in the wild card?
Remember, we had him at the in the 1990s, and he got eliminated in the first round.
I already forgot him. See, I already moved on and forgot him. All right, so we got Shawn Michaels at 26 versus Triple H at 27. Dave, you're gonna go first in this one.
Yeah, Dave.
I will.
Dave Omega.
I remember this match just because it was. I think I took a break from wrestling for a good year after this match, just because I was just like, man, I can't believe this is it. And it's WrestleMania 26, Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels, his last match. And again, it's just they literally put on back-to-back show-stealing performances where you didn't care about anything else that happened before or after. You just wanted to see that match. And the build-up again to it. You had 2 straight years of this, and you didn't get tired of it. Now, if I were to get that with anybody, I don't know, Roman versus Drew McIntyre for 2 straight years, I'd be exhausted. I'd be like, I don't want to see these guys ever again. But these Undertaker, Shawn, I could watch them back to back to back. So, and again, without them too, you don't get Triple H the next year, which is what we're going up against. Because then Triple H doesn't go, Shawn couldn't do it, but I can.
Mm-hmm. All right, Eric, what do you think? Are we going with Shawn Michaels with a third straight bracket?
How can you not?
I'm so
how can you not?
This is Steph's worst nightmare.
Stephanie, I'm so sorry. I love you, but
and Farachi's too. This is his worst nightmare too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Steve, I forgot about you, boss. We're burying you too.
I'm surprised the boss hasn't come on and completely stopped us, cut us off.
He's mad.
Well, he had to train. He said his prayers earlier. Now he's taking his vitamins, so he's busy.
All right, let's get to that wild card round. Let's get someone other than a Click member.
Oh man, so we're
through these finals.
Third straight bracket.
Wow. Yeah. Who won this bracket, by the way, in WWE land?
Okay, so the final 2 were Shawn and Triple H, WrestleMania 28. So again, we were still in the ballpark, but Shawn won that one.
Wow.
Wow.
All right, moving on. We have the wild card round now.
What?
All right, number 1.
All right, number 1 is going to be Undertaker versus Jeff Hardy. Raw. That's the ladder match?
One. Yeah.
Yeah, the ladder match on Raw and Undertaker versus Undertaker, SummerSlam 1994. Old school Eric, which way are you going on this one?
I'm going to be honest with you. This is tough. Because that ladder match actually was really good. But
That shit made Jeff Hardy too.
It did. It put Jeff on
it
the
did.
map.
He made him famous. But I'm going to be honest with you, man. You cannot go against. This is the ultimate match is Undertaker versus Undertaker. I mean, we didn't know what was going to happen when this happened back then. And when the Undertaker came out with Ted DiBiase, and then the Undertaker came out with Paul Bearer, we were like, "Is this real? Like, what's going on here?" And he's like, "Yeah." So it was great. So I know my Vince is a little off the throat, but hey, wait a minute. We have Stephanie's making
Steph,
Wow.
she's not a Vince fan.
Steph, I want you to picture my eye right here, a little black and blue. And all I'm going to say to you is, Brett screwed Brett. That's it.
Say
Black
it
eye.
louder for the people in the back.
Black eye, Brett.
But back to
Brett.
the tournament. Back to the tournament. I'm going Undertaker versus Undertaker. You can't. Come on. How can you vote against that match? How can you vote against that match?
Very
Dave.
carefully.
How can you vote against that match, Dave?
By saying
Dave-
Undertaker versus Jeff Hardy
I think Dave's voting against that match.
is not
Because
gonna...
Dave likes 160-pound wrestlers. I mean, it's just the way it is.
First off, Kenny's a good like 240 on a good day.
What? When he's got Orange Cassidy on his shoulders?
240 is shit.
No.
He is not even 200 pounds, bro. He might be 200 even. Because he's what,
Hey,
5'3"?
It's all lean muscle.
He's 5'8".
No. But in reality, yeah, the Undertaker Jeff match is great. It literally put Jeff on the match. After that, that's where he became, world champion. Obviously, he kind of went down a wrong path. But Undertaker versus Undertaker, I love that match.
Yeah.
I remember watching it years after, because obviously, '94 I was 3, and just thinking like, oh man, like which is the real Undertaker? Which is gonna win? And then I would play. I forgot what wrestling game it was on the Super Nintendo, but I would love doing Undertaker versus Undertaker because you have, Undertaker with the purple gloves, and then Undertaker with the gray gloves, and even sometimes he'd have green gloves, and I'm like, oh, this is great. So that to me right there just stands out. So Undertaker versus Undertaker.
Was that the one where you had like Bam Bam and Razor and all them?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then Bam Bam, he would go off the top and he would be like on fire.
Yeah, and Razor would like slash it with a razor, and Doink would like have a hammer.
Mm-hmm. That one.
Yep, that was a great match. That was a great game.
I hope that wasn't a match. I hope Razor's not really slashing people with Razor. But yeah, I'm gonna go with the same match. No offense to Jeff Hardy, but yeah, I remember what a built up that was for the two Undertakers and how they really did look a lot alike.
Yeah,
it really was like really.
It wasn't until they were next to each other that you're
Yeah.
like, okay, there's a height difference here.
Yeah,
yeah.
And you could tell.
I mean, Brian Lee's a big guy, but he's definitely not as big as the real Undertaker.
By the way, Kenny Omega is 6 feet tall. I'm just putting that out there.
No, he's not. There is no way he is 6 feet tall.
I shit bigger than Kenny Omega.
He's 6 feet tall on a 5-inch step, wearing 3-inch heels.
He's kayfabe 6 feet.
Yeah, kayfabe 6 feet. You saw the real heights of these guys when they went out to the Undertaker ring. I mean, JBL and Kevin Nash were the two tallest guys there. I mean, even the Godfather was like below them. Like I thought the Godfather, it would be Nash, Godfather, Kane. I mean, JBL and Kane were eye to eye.
The Godwins look kind of tall.
Yeah, the Godwins were bigger than I thought too. They were some big old country boys.
I know Timmy was loving that.
I was like, really? This is what you can do? This is what you can do? Probably one of the greatest entertainers of all time. The two fucking big farmers. Come
I thought
on.
it was great. You guys know what my favorite was. Do we even have to say it?
No, we know Savio was your guy.
Hell yeah.
Yep. Mark
Uh,
Dr. Savio.
all right, let's get on with this. It's Undertaker versus Kurt Angle at Vengeance 2002, taking on Undertaker versus Batista. Again, why are you putting Angle versus Batista? It's not going to win. Backlash 2007. You obviously know my answer. Just because Undertaker, Kurt Angle, anything is better than anything Undertaker, Batista. So I am going with Kurt Angle on this one.
You know what? I'm looking at this the bracket here, and apparently that match was Undertaker versus Kurt Angle versus The Rock. So I don't know why it's different on this one.
Really?
Yeah, so I mean obviously I'm voting that one. Undertaker versus Kurt Angle versus The Rock.
There you go. Even it makes it even better.
Yeah, it makes come on now. Batista?
Yeah.
That's a clean
he-
sweep for that one.
That's a clean sweep.
All right, so we move on to the next one. Undertaker versus Edge, WD One Night Stand 2008 versus the six-pack Hell in a Cell match at Armageddon 2000. Dave, who the hell was in this match?
Okay, so we had Austin, uh Taker, Rikishi. I'm assuming Triple H, Kurt Angle, and The Rock.
And that's taking on Edge. It's like
One night
really? It's like really?
And it's ranked lower.
Which is ridiculous.
Which is stupid, yeah.
Whoever made this bracket should get a nice slap in the face
Yeah.
for
I'm
Christmas.
going-
Is
I'll
it
definitely
Kevin
go-
Dunn? I hope it's Kevin Dunn.
It makes no sense. So
No.
I'm going with the six-pack Hell in a Cell. I think we all are. Anytime
Yes.
you got Austin, Rock, Taker all in a match together, it's going to be better.
As soon as you said Austin, I'm in.
Yeah, exactly.
And that match had Undertaker choke slamming Rikishi from the top of the cage onto the back of the pickup truck.
Back of the
He
truck.
just
Yep.
went everywhere. So yeah, that match for sure.
And the final match, final bracket, I should say. Undertaker versus AJ Styles at this last year's WrestleMania at the Boneyard match versus his match in the Royal Rumble 2007, which is, I'm assuming they mean the actual Royal Rumble match.
Yeah, because I think this is the one that he won.
Eric, go ahead. You go first on this one.
You know, I enjoyed that AJ Styles match. I really did. So, but boy, wouldn't it be fun to have a gimmick match versus a gimmick, like a Hell in a Cell versus Royal Rumble? Yeah, I'm going to go with the Royal Rumble match. Just because I want to see it against the Hell in the Cell.
David.
Is he talking?
Can't hear you, Dave.
Sorry,
Okay.
I didn't realize that the thing was muted. So it's funny if this Royal Rumble match advances, it's obvious. Yeah, it's Undertaker winning, but he eliminates Shawn Michaels at the last elimination to win the match.
Mm-hmm.
we haven't done Shawn Michaels to last us a lifetime.
So
Yeah.
it'd be Shawn basically on all aspects of it, and only winning one of those matches. But no, I gotta go Boneyard match. It was his final match supposedly, and I mean it was really good on all ends. I really liked the Boneyard match. You got all three of Mark Calloway. You got Mark Calloway, you have Undertaker, and you have the American Badass. So I like that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with that one too. Yeah, I enjoyed it for what it was, for what it had to be, all the things they had to do because of this stupid COVID bullshit. And if that's his last match, you know what? I'll take it because I don't want to see him in the ring again. He's just too beat up and too, destroyed. So that match I think was perfect because they can edit it, they can do shit over again. And now it's not traditional, but this year is not traditional. So I'm gonna go with the Boneyard match at WrestleMania.
Yeah. So I didn't win that.
Oh God, he put Holly Whiteclaw. And you're still muted, Dave. Unmute yourself, will you?
Oh, I muted him by accident.
No,
no, you
it was me messing around with the connection, and I just saw my new name. So all right.
All right, so let's see. Now back to the bracket. We have Undertaker versus Kurt Angle at Vengeance in 2002. Dave, you can start us off with this one.
Man, I might just do another eighth seed going on all the way. I'm gonna go Taker.
I am going Taker too. Taker.
Make that 3.
Good clean sweep with Taker. And now we got a good one. We got the 6-pack Hell in a Cell taking on the Boneyard match with AJ Styles. And again, how do you vote against that match?
You
How do
don't.
you vote against Austin Rock, Rikishi falling off a cage
I'm not.
onto a truck? So yeah, I'm 6-pack Hell in a Cell for me.
Wait, I know how you vote against it because he didn't win the match. At least against
Still.
AJ Styles, and there were so many different parts to it. Are you voting the match being good, or remember this is an Undertaker bracket? Just because he was in the match doesn't mean that he was all that great in it. So I feel like
I'm
you got
not-
to take that into consideration.
Well, I'm not saying it's going to win. I'm just saying I'll take it over this one right now.
Yeah, I'll take it over this one. Sorry, AJ.
I was gonna go Undertaker AJ, but I guess the 6-pack moves on, and now we have a big gimmick versus gimmick match essentially.
That's right for the final in this bracket. Taker versus Taker versus the 6-pack Hell in a Cell match. Dave, what do you got?
I mean, if we're gonna go by your guys' logic, I'm going 6-pack challenge. We have all the athletes we love.
No, I didn't say it was going to go all the way.
I'm making it go all the way. Let's go.
I'm not.
Eric-
I'm taking
Eric-
Undertaker versus Undertaker.
And I'm taking Undertaker versus Undertaker too. Taker, baby. Taker. So basically,
All right.
we have 3 Shawn Michaels brackets and Taker versus himself.
So, just to let you guys know, from WWE side, the final 2 in this round was Jeff Hardy versus Undertaker, and Undertaker versus Edge at One Night Stand.
Wow. We would definitely went in a completely different direction.
And Jeff won this one.
Wow.
That was a great match, though. I'm not going to take
It
it.
was. It was, but
It was.
You spin this a little bit, he might have come out on top. You never know.
it's true.
So,
All right.
so the
let's
final
get back-
4, we're getting back to the final 4 for WWE was Mankind, King of the Ring 98 versus Shawn Michaels and Undertaker WrestleMania 26. On the other side, we had Shawn Michaels, Taker at 25 versus Jeff Hardy on Raw. And ours is obviously a little bit more different than that. I'm going to zoom out here. Oh, okay. Hold on. All right. And we have
Shawn
Undertaker
versus
versus Shawn. Yeah. Shawn versus Shawn. So we have Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels at Bad Blood, Hell in a Cell versus Undertaker versus Shawn, WrestleMania 26.
Who wants to go first? Eric, you can go first on this one.
Yes.
What do we have again? We have
Undertaker versus Shawn, Hell in a Cell.
Bad
And
Blood.
Undertaker versus Bad Blood. And Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania 26.
I'm going Bad Blood all the way.
Dave?
Just because I want it to come down to you, I'm going Undertaker Shawn, career versus streak match.
Son of a bitch. But that's okay, because my mind was already made up. I am going Bad Blood, Hell in a Cell, first one. I love that match. I can watch it every day. I think it's just a great. Now, taking anything again, you can't take anything away from Shawn in all these matches, but I am going to go with Bad Blood.
All right, Bad Blood moves on to our final 2. And then on this side, we have Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania 25 versus Undertaker versus Undertaker, SummerSlam 94.
Dave, you go first now.
Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania 25. Again, the blueprint of what you need to learn to
I
tell
have to-
everything.
I have to agree. I'm going with Shawn Undertaker 25.
I still like Undertaker versus Undertaker.
Well, hey, matters to
Well,
the
I already
final
know
4.
Sean's advancing, so
That's all right. It's a hard one to pick.
It is. So
Oh, we
then,
Here comes the finals, people.
All right. Well,
Bad Blood.
going back to WWE before we jump there, the final two for the WWE bracket was Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels WrestleMania 26 versus Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels WrestleMania 25.
Wow. See, so we're not completely off.
We're not
No.
completely off.
All right. So then for us, we have Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels Bad Blood first ever Hell in a Cell match in '97 versus Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels WrestleMania 25.
Dave,
Oh,
what do you think, Dave?
I'm gonna go with Shawn Michaels. No,
Well, that one's
I
obvious.
agree. I agree with you.
I think Shawn wins this. Again, just because it's okay. So one match had Hell in a Cell, the other one didn't. I'm gonna go with the match that didn't have the gimmick in it. That didn't have the gimmick match, just because when you have something like, let's say, the Hell in a Cell, you have something to kind of help you out through the match to get through it. They didn't have any rules. This other one was just straight up wrestling match, a singles match, going at each other, and man, they proved that they don't need 30,000 steel chairs or to go through thumbtacks or whatever. They did it just them two, and they stole the show. And you could still go back to, and I don't understand how Meltzer doesn't have this match as a 5-star match. I don't know, maybe if he had Kenny Omega in it would have been a 5-star match, but I don't understand it. So to me, it's Shawn Michaels Taker WrestleMania 25.
That's because Meltzer's a jerk off. Simple as that.
Simple
Eric,
as that.
I'm interested to see where you're going with this one. Dave made a lot of good points. A lot of good points there.
Yeah, and you could also put them into the Bad Blood match as well, and it's a little harder to orchestrate something when you've never done it before, and it's harder to get through a match that you've never been in before. But when you're working with somebody like Shawn Michaels and you're the Undertaker or vice versa, like you said, Shawn could work with a broomstick, in a no DQ match. It's like I just don't see that match beating Bad Blood. I just don't.
Wow.
It just goes up a little more on the scale than me for me.
Shit.
You think because Bad Blood was the first of its kind, but like I said, it's technically a no DQ match where you have a lot more to work with, whereas in
Well, you do, but then you have a no DQ match. So now, are you just going to make it aggressive and just bleed all over the place and work like shit, or are you gonna use those unbelievable skills you have and tell
you're absolutely right.
one of the greatest stories ever? And
if you give that match to someone nowadays, yeah, they're gonna not do shit with it like these guys did.
No, so I still got to go Bad Blood. Because I got to go with Bad Blood.
All right, Timmy, it's still up to you. The finals.
Both of you guys make very compelling arguments. I literally don't know which way I'm going to go. Shit on a shingle. Rawls got WrestleMania 25. Oh my god, I don't know, man. This is hard. I should have went first. I still don't even know. Even if I would have went first, I don't know which one to pick. But if I had to pick one, see, I want to say. I want to say 20,
one now.
Well, I want to say 25 only because Shawn Michaels got the shit beat out of him in the Hell in a Cell. Well, he got the shit beat out of him in 25 too, kind of.
Yeah, he did. He did a lot.
But there was moments where you thought, okay, Shawn's gonna win this match, or he could win this match at 25. In Bad Blood, you really didn't think Shawn was gonna win that. It wasn't until Kane came out. But then that's another aspect to that match that 25 doesn't have. You have Kane coming out.
The arrival of a great character, a great story, ripping the fucking door off the cage.
With Paul Bearer.
Shawn Michaels all bloody and shit. God damn, I don't know what to pick.
With DX, by the way.
It's tough.
I mean, it's literally like 1 and 1A. That's exactly what it is. But gun to my head, I'm gonna have to go with Bad Blood. I'm gonna have to go with 97. I'm gonna have to. But it's like 1 and 1A, like literally. Like
It really is.
half an
It
inch. It's like half
It
an
really
inch.
is. It's not even half. It's like a millimeter.
Damn, that's the hard one.
It
It's
is.
so close.
It really is.
So, hi Grogu.
Yeah. All right. I guess I'll take that.
So our winner.
Is
Hold on, let's come back over here. And well, before that, I guess I'll let you know. What is it? Oh, WWE's winner was Shawn Michaels and Taker at WrestleMania 25.
that was the winner, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So we
We
were
almost
close.
won this one. We
We were
almost won
actually
this one.
very close. I think our old school mentality got us that far. But yeah, like there's so many factors. Wow, I can't. I'm still thinking about it right now. I'm still thinking about
Yeah.
it.
Oh yeah.
Now I remember Eric, you said something about it real quick though. Off the top of your head, what's a match that wasn't on this list that you wanted to see on this list? We'll do that real quick before we get out of here. And is it the Kamala? Your favorite
There was a
Kamala
cou-
match?
There was a couple of them. Yeah. There's the Kamala match from SummerSlam '92. There's the oh god, what was that other one? I had another good one. Oh fuck, Undertaker versus Diesel at WrestleMania 12. I mean, that was a great match.
I think
You know,
they
even though
really
Diesel's heart wasn't in it.
themselves, yeah. I think they
But it was a
shortchanged
great
themselves.
match. So
Yeah.
why wasn't that there? Undertaker versus Sid, WrestleMania 13.
Thinking about it, Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 30 wasn't even on this, and that was when the streak was broken. Yeah, people might not have been happy with it, but the shock
But
should have still
wasn't
been
on there.
It should have still been on there, even if it wasn't miscellaneous. Thinking about it, that match should have been on there.
Grogu. See, he knows his name. That's why he looked at me.
I just couldn't figure out which way to go first.
Oh,
Yeah.
the
Like seven, I agree with you 100%. With the one with I thought that might have been Kevin Diesel's best match in WWE versus Undertaker. It might have been. So yeah, I'm that's the one that I would say. How come it's not on there? But like you said, the Brock Lesnar one, the shock value alone,
Mhm.
and the fact that Undertaker doesn't remember that match, the fact that he was concussed to the entire thing,
He
It
doesn't
doesn't
remember
remember-
anything past like 3 o'clock.
yeah, in the afternoon,
Yeah,
which is ridiculous.
How did he get
Um,
concussed again?
You don't know.
He doesn't even remember. He says that he watched the match over and he can't remember at what point in the match he got the concussion.
Wow.
Yeah, Raul, you're right too. Undertaker and Stone Cold had some really good matches in that early time.
They
none,
did.
none of those matches made that bracket either.
Neither did
No.
the Boiler Room match with Mankind.
Holy
that was
shit.
a good one too.
That was a great match too.
Yep.
Shit, you know what we should do? We should make our own bracket of the ones that weren't on this list.
Mhm.
We should.
I'm sure Sean will win on top, but you know what? We'll make a rule: no Sean,
No Shawn
no
or-
Triple H.
No,
Let's do that. Let's do a no
DX.
Sean, no DX.
All right, so all the ones we just mentioned, and we'll figure out a couple more maybe. So you guys come up with a couple, we'll come up with a couple, and we'll do our own little extra list of stuff they forgot.
Yep. Wow. Yeah, there's a bunch, man. Taker's had some great matches.
Who wrote this list? I got to find out who wrote this list.
Yeah.
I bet you it was Kevin Dunn. I'm saying Kevin Dunn because he's an asshole. And Pritchard's the biggest ass kisser in the world. I'm sorry, Grogu. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean
Pritchard
to.
probably saw it and was like, "Ooh, yes, this is great. Let me take it to Vince now."
I'm sorry. Grogu. That's his name.
Do it. Raul, you want to come up with a couple too? You let us know. You are the expert as far as I know Stone Cold, Steve Austin, so let us know if we missed any. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of those matches that you just said. It's like, wow, they did miss quite a few.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I wonder what Taker would say too if any of them were missing. He did mention Kamala in the Stone Cold sessions.
Yep.
I don't know
The
which one.
first one, right?
I think it was the first.
Was it the first one or the second one?
I think it was the
I'm
first
not
one.
I didn't get through all the second one.
I'm not sure, but he did mention the Kamala match. So, all right, so maybe we'll do that for next show. We'll come up with our own little personal tournament list, and we'll try to make it easier brackets. Instead of like this, and we'll imply our no DX rule, no Triple H, no Shawn Michaels allowed in any of these matches. We'll have to allow Diesel in there because he wasn't mentioned at all.
Yeah, that's why. No DX. Click is okay.
We can click it, but we can't DX it.
Did he ever fight? I remember him fighting off the top of your head. Razor Ramon. Is there a Taker Razor match out there?
I think there is like on. No, well there has to be because there's a moment where Taker's face and Razor's heel, and then Razor
on a
turned
WWF
face.
Superstars apparently.
Yeah, I think I was gonna say it was probably on Challenge or on maybe Raw.
Got to do it. All right, so that's interesting then. Yeah, I don't remember them ever fighting. That's
Look at my phone's levitating.
Because of Goku. That's what he does. He steals shit. He steals phones and shit. See? All right, so we'll have to come up with our own. We'll do that for next week then. That's a good idea. We'll have our own little mini Lost Taker match tournament, and we'll see who comes out on top of that one. No Triple H, no Shawn Michaels. That's the rule.
That's the rule.
All right, cool. We're going to wrap it up. Any last words, Dave, before we head out?
No, everyone, thank you for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed our own take on this bracket, and can't wait till next week.
Bad guy, what do you got?
That was fun. I'd like to thank everybody for participating, and thank you guys for the great and thank you, Grogu, for coming in. He knows Grogu's one of my favorites. And stay safe, everybody. Stay strong.
Nice. And real quick, tomorrow, put it in the books with the Mets boys. Thursday, we have the Giant Show. We stomped you out. Followed by the premiere episode of the A to Z show with this guy over here, Eric Zant, and his very first guest, the boss himself, Mr. Steve Farace. Dave said the 4-quarter show's taking a week off, which is cool.
We'll be back next week.
Jader and Kyle haven't been on for a while, but I will promote them just in case they do show up this week.
Gotta promote my fellow metal man.
Oh, Jader?
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about Alliance biceps or something. Alliance tight shirt.
Stop that. Stop that right now.
And interestingly enough, I can just say, I'll tell Steve, I just got invited before we got onto the show onto the Blue Jays. Apparently, we have a Blue Jays show for the Toronto Blue Jays. I got invited on. Yes, and I got invited on to represent Empire 161. And I'm going to probably do that Sunday night at around 7-ish, they said.
Who does the fucking Blue Jays show?
Exactly. I don't know either. So someone named Sean. Steve asked me if I wanted to be on the show. I was like, sure.
I'm a Maple Leaf guy.
I was like, as long as I'm not getting sandblasted by Blue Jays fans, but we can both talk about how much we hate the Red Sox. I'm good with that. We can do that.
Whoa. No Boston hating over here.
This is a Blue Jays Yankees cooperation game. We can hate whoever we want. And then, I'll be back next week too. Empire 161. Unless we get some good baseball news, which has been very slow. We will be doing Mando Monday on Empire 161.
You're over here
for at least 3 more episodes. Then hopefully we're done. There's no baseball news. Baseball news has been very slow lately. So check out all those shows, share all those shows, watch all our shows, love all our shows, like Eric loves a line. And we'll see you guys Omega next week.
I don't know. I might love Kenny Omega more than a line.
No, I don't see it.
Not possible. Not possible. Not possible.
All right, guys. Whether you like us or you don't, you got to learn to love us. We're the best thing going today. Peace out, guys. Have a good one.